You got a war tank? Or where's your think tank? My brothers and sisters need an oxygen tank. And you riding around in a war tank. Okay, what's going on here? All right, yes, it's me. I know you can't tell it's me, but that's what spies do. You can't recognize them. But I'm here. Yeah, the one, lover of humankind, spy. Spy, superpowered youth. That's right. I am their spokesperson because you're not listening. All you adults are not listening, and the superpowered youth, oh yeah, they're coming. They're on their way. They're going to change the whole world and make the world better. Speaking of it, hey Siri, how you make the world better? What are we going to do? Hey Siri, what? You know.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You see, there are some serious problems here. We have to serious problems. We have to work with them because you confused adults are not getting it right. All right. So the superpower of you says, okay, you stop creating when you're creating, but you're not creating through love, and you're not creating from fearlessness. All right, and you have to do that, otherwise the creations get all screwed up. For example, you got a leak problem. Did you know that? You got a leak problem, a serious leak. You're leaking viruses. We've been leaking viruses for 2 years all over the air. You leak the air you contaminated the air with viruses. And you also leak some oil all over Southern California. Now, you're messing up the planet, you're messing up the people, you're messing up everything. The solution is to start creating in accordance with the manual of the superpowered youth. What's the manual? You don't know because you haven't watched the video. How could you know? Go watch it. It's called the manual. All right? A, B, C. A, you act with love with everything you do. Got to understand what love is. Do you have any books that have defined love? Because I've been looking through every single library. I never even found one that had a definition of love. It said what love was like, what it had some attributes, what it wasn't, but none of them said what it was. So the superpowered youth, they know what love is. Love is when whatever you're doing, then you are not harming anyone, you're not misusing anyone, you're not hurting anyone, you're not taking their opportunity away from anyone. So when you're leaking oil and you're building all those oil pumps, you got to do it in a way so it doesn't hurt people. When you're working on some laboratory in China, you can't do it in a way where something can leak out of it like a virus and affect all the people of the whole world, including the people of Idaho. That's what we're talking about. Idaho. Speaking of Idaho, do you know? See, you mess things up so bad. First of all, you contaminate the air, and then you tell the people of Idaho that they can't even breathe it. You won't give them any air. They come to hospital sick. Did you know that? Yeah, the people come to hospital sick in Idaho. And the grown-ups are saying, well, you know, we'll decide who gets the air and who doesn't get the air because, we don't have enough oxygen tanks, we don't have enough ventilators, and we don't have enough supply people. Well, this is ridiculous. This is the United States of America. Do you know we pay a lot of money to people to protect Americans? Do you know that? I pay a lot of taxes. We pay a lot of money to people to protect the American people. You know what they're called? They're called the armed forces. Armed force. They have hands, arms, all that stuff, right? Well, we need to use some of those arms to get some oxygen tanks, some air tanks, some ventilators over to Idaho. So everybody that needs oxygen can get it. It's not that hard. Put them in one of those big old bomber jet things and fly them. The armed forces all over there. And you can build up some temporary buildings while you're there. Well, who does it protect? Oh, the young, powerful youth wanted to know, who are you protecting by not giving people oxygen? And then they started thinking about it and they said, well, you know, maybe it's the insurance companies because the insurance companies would have to pay for the oxygen. Maybe it's the hospitals because they'd have to have the buildings. You need to be responsible. The people of Idaho did not go make some viruses in a lab and bring them back to Idaho. The people of Idaho did not go and buy some wet market virus solution and bring it back to Idaho. It's a responsibility of the government, of the armed forces, of our political arena, of our hospital administrators, of our insurance companies to protect our brothers and sisters in Idaho. And now what about your thinking? What's wrong with the thinking? Right? So the young, powerful masters, they want to know, well, where's all the thinking? Well, I told them there was something that you guys, you grown-ups call a think tank. It's where you put all the genius minds together, put them in a big, giant building, pay them lots of money to think. Well, they're not thinking. So the young, powerful masters want to know, where is the think tank and what are they thinking about? Because they don't seem to be thinking much at all. We need to get this thing together. Fly those forces over there, put up some temporary structures, bring in some ventilators, get the armed forces to support the people of Idaho, and let's do things with love. They're on their way, okay? The young people are on their way, and they're going to go into politics. They're going to go into government. They're going to go into hospital administration because they're going to change all this because they're acting with love. And that's the future, okay? It's already on its way. Where's your think tank? Think tank. Where's your think tank? Are you really so busy? You got a war tank? Well, where's your think tank? My brothers and sisters need oxygen.